have said farewell to Jrue Holiday. Off to Portland.
Yep.
And so I don't know what that means about Jaylen Brown. Does that mean that everything is A-okay and Jaylen Brown is staying put? They decided that they can get some value from Jrue Holiday and keep Jaylen Brown.
It was like $35 million next year, $32 million, something like that. So for the next 2 years, I mean, that's good money that you're getting off the books. And I'm doing quotation marks, air quotes.
Yeah.
When I saw this, it made me have some hope that Jaylen Brown is not going anywhere.
Yeah, because they saved $40 million on the luxury tax, something like that. So I don't know. And then they're getting the kid back from Portland who's on an expiring contract.
Yeah.
So I mean, Jaylen Brown is probably still up in the air. I think the biggest thing that everybody, that the basketball heads are talking about is the number 2 pick for the San Antonio Spurs and what they're going to do. And if, teams want their pick, they're going to have to give up a haul. But I'm not saying this means Jaylen Brown's not off the table. But now let's see if there's anything that's going to happen, tomorrow night when it's the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Well, making the move when it comes to Jrue Holiday, which apron does that get you at, Curtis? Is that a 2A or a 3 or a 4 apron?
You know what? I really woke up today tired. James wanted to watch Wheel of Fortune at 4:40. But I feel so much better knowing that really rich people are saving money. I'm just so thrilled for Chisholm. He's had a rough life, and I'm really happy that we're going to avoid an onerous apron that we created to prevent other owners from spending a lot of money so we could do things like this.
That's nice of you, Curtis.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he can join another country club.
Thinking of others.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing.
Jrue Holiday, a huge part of the championship, and then I, struggled a little, or I shouldn't say struggled, was not the same last season. And I don't know how much of that was the finger, because he dealt with a finger all season long or whatever.
And he's old, too. I think, what's he, 35,
Yes.
36, 17 years in the
so
league?
you're getting a young guy in return in Anfernee, but at the same time, Jrue Holiday, I think, thank God for that championship, and we thank him for that, but didn't pan out to be as successful in his last year.
Yeah.
And whether that was injury or whether that's old age, gosh, he's 35. Like the older age in the league, we'll never know, but, I'm okay to see him go.
I just wonder if the move for this Anfernee Simons kid is something that is part of their future, or is it just something because if he's on an expiring contract, don't a lot of times, and I don't know all the NBA salary cap and all those, don't sometimes they get those players in and then they trade those guys?
Right,
or
valuable.
Or are they going to see he's part of the future, let's see what he does, and then we extend them?
No, I think Curtis is right. It's a cost-saving move. That's really what it is. And so whether it is the last one is yet to be known. So,
yeah, I doubt it's probably the last one.
You don't think it's the last one?
No, because they're a ton. They owe a ton of money in that stupid, like you said, apron. And now you got to figure out what you're going to do with Porzingis, right? Porzingis is the next one, and then obviously Jaylen Brown.
If you had to choose between which of the two, if it was an option of Porzingis or Holiday that you would have rather them trade, I think I would have gone with Porzingis.
Yeah, I don't know that the value is there, though, the same way. Like, if you were an NBA team, wouldn't you look at both seasons here and say that when he's available and when he's healthy, he's great, but when he's not, and that's a lot, the value may not be there the way it was for the Celtics because they were in a position to take him and not worry about it.
And your depth made it easy to deal Jrue Holiday because Peyton Pritchard just slides right into that role, and then he becomes a full-time starter on a very, very cheap contract.
Porzingis is a value because he's a 7'2", big
29-year-old.
Yeah, who can stretch the floor out. He is technically still young.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like you said, Greg, he's
he's got the long bronch or the long long COVID or whatever.
Yeah, we don't even know what that is.
The long
super
Doro. I don't know. He's got long something or whatever. So
if he had a regular foot, knee, or something, I think teams would be like, "Oh, okay, we know what's going on with him," but nobody knows.
All right. Well, Celtics make a trade, and you can talk about that all morning and all day long here on Boston Sports Original.